Om Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryankaravavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
पुनरपि जननं पुनरपि मरणं पुनरपि जननी जठरे शयनम् इह संसारे बहुदुस्तारे कृपया पारे पाहि मुरारे रथ्याचर्पट विरचित कंठः पुण्या पुण्य विवर्जित पंथः योगी योग नियोजित चित्तो रमते बालोन्मत्तवदेव कस्त्वं कोऽहं कुत आयातः कामे जननि को मे तातः इति परिभावय सर्वमसारं विश्वं त्यक्त्वा स्वप्नविचारम् त्वयि मयि चान्यत्रैको विष्णुः व्यर्थं कुप्यसि मय्यसहिष्णुः भवसमचित्तः सर्वत्र त्वं वाञ्छस्य चिराद्यति विष्णुत्वम् शत्रौ मित्रे पुत्रे बन्धौ मा कुरु यत्नं विग्रहसन्धौ सर्वस्मिन्नपि पश्यात्मानं सर्वत्रोत्सृजभेदाज्ञानम्
Verse number 24. In you, in me, and elsewhere pervades the one reality, Vishnu. Tvayi mayi cha anyatra ekaha Vishnuhu. Tvayi mayi cha anyatra eko Vishnuhu vyartam kupyasi mayya sahishnuhu. Iti paribhavaya sarvamacharam vishvam tyaktva swapna samachittatvam sarvatra. This is the verse. In you, in me, and elsewhere pervades the one reality, Vishnu. In vain you are angry with me, being impatient. Sarvatra samachittatvam. If you are keen on the state of Vishnu. This is what we have been studying. Impatience is because when something is repeated over and over, again and again and again, you get impatient listening to it. And the scriptures keep repeating the same thing again and again and again. So repetition leads to boredom, impatience. Why? Because I have heard it any number of times, but nothing has happened to me. I have heard it any number of times, but no transformation has happened. I have heard it any number of times, but no transformation has happened. Therefore, the the repetitions sap the patience out. Impatience, the person become impatient. anything that you find meaningful, anything that you find worthy, meaningful, the mind wants to grab it immediately. The mind immediately wants to own it. The mind wants to grab it immediately. Now, this very tendency of the mind wanting to grab which is meaningful, important, always happens in every field. It can be anything. It doesn't matter. If the beautiful car is seen, the mind immediately wants it. The beautiful house, the mind immediately. So anything that it feels meaningful, important, beautiful, the mind immediately wants to grab it, own it, and possess it. When it doesn't happen immediately, what happens? Impatience comes. You become impatient. Then the mind starts scheming. How to? Then lot of scheming and planning goes on in the head as to how you can acquire it, get it. And if it doesn't happen, you plan. You do a few things. You plan. And then it doesn't work sometimes. What happens? You become angry. You get impatient. Now, what same thing is happening here. Now, the guru is seeing the impatience and anger in the faces of the students. Yeah. That's why it's so comfortable in the Zoom classes, switch off the videos. You can have a monologue with yourself. Yeah, because you don't have to see any face. No, only if you see the face, you have to respond to that face. So, yeah. So the guru sees the guru seeing the face and seeing their restlessness. You are impatient and getting angry at me for nothing. In fact, all anger is for nothing. That's all. There is no, but sir, there's no righteous anger. There is no meaningful anger and all. Anger means it is vyartham, full stop. But sir, in certain situations, anger is genuine. No, anger is very important. No. Okay, keep it. Now, what else to do? Therefore, the entire idea of growth here is the very impatience. What is that impatient? We saw that last week also. Last week or previous week? Previous week, I don't know. Whenever. Impatience is nothing but greed. A greedy mind will be very impatient. Wherever there is an impatience, you understand that you have simply become greedy, that's all. How does both work? How is greed and impatience connected? In greed, you want it faster, quicker, and not wanting to pay the price. Not wanting to pay the price. You want it, but the price is not acceptable. When it comes to the truth, when it comes to the reality, any education on reality will be repetitive. Any education on falsities will be variety. This is the formula. This is the rule. This is the law. All education on reality will be repetitive. All education on falsities will be variety, because we have seen this any number of times. The only way to convey the truth is by repeating. You cannot, repetition is the way in which the truth is conveyed. You can lie in very innovative ways. Correct. Yeah. பொய் சொல்ல முடியும். புதுசா யோசிச்சு பொய் சொல்ல முடியும். But you can never say the truth. The truth is only repetitive. Yeah. And anything that is repetitive is boring. Anything that is repeated again and again gets very important. And the teacher is repeating the same thing again. Every class, the same thing is getting repeated again and again and again. Stories are the same, examples are the same, the words are the same. மூஞ்சிதான் மாறி இருக்குது வாரம் isn't it? ஒரு வாரம் தாடி இருக்குது, ஒரு வாரம் தாடி இல்லை, அவ்வளவுதான். அதை தவிர நத்திங் எல்ஸ் இஸ் nothing else is changing. Everything is monotonously repeated the same way. There is a frustration. So the teacher goes on repeating the truth again and again and again. And when the truth is repeated again and again and again, there is impatience. I want to reach the state of equanimity through the path of impatience. Ya pashyati sa pashyati. Whoever sees it, sees it. That's all. I want to reach to the path of equanimity, and the road that I am taking is the path of frustration, agitation, impatience. And that frustration, agitation, impatience is, sir, mumukshatva, sir. That is mumukshatva, sir. No, it just gets repeated again and again and again. Therefore, he says, in vain you are angry. In vain you are angry. Set. Result-oriented mind, that's all. Even before the effort is made, you want the result. Or give me guarantee for the result, then I will put in the effort. Okay, first give it to me. Whatever be the price, I'll pay later. Yeah, that's loan, isn't it? That is called loan, isn't it? Get the object first and pay the price later. Since we are so convinced about that as the way of life and living, that same mind comes here also. First give me self-realization, sir. All that price and all I'll do later, like loan. With interest I will go. Does it work here like that? It just doesn't work that way. Therefore, the reality is what? You have to be patient. Unless you know how to practice equanimity, when you are going through the fluctuations, you can never qualify to achieve the state of Vishnu. If you want the status of Vishnu, Vishnutvam. Vishnutvam means the status of Vishnu. And what is the status of Vishnu? Equanimity. Yeah, he's always. Yeah. How is Vishnu? You will never see a dancing Vishnu. You will never see a jumping Vishnu. You will never see. How is Vishnu always? Yeah, Ananta Shaina, relaxed. He's 24/7. He is relaxed, always relaxed. Not only he is relaxed, not doing anything, constantly get pampered also, isn't it? Yeah, he's not doing anything. He's simply lying down and constantly getting pampered. Yeah. And who's pampering? Who's pampering? Lakshmi. Yeah, Lakshmi is sitting and at Vishnu's feet. Yeah. கை கூட பிடிக்கிறது கிடையாது, ஒன்லி கால் தான், isn't it? Have you ever seen Lakshmi holding Vishnu's hands? Have you ever seen that? She always அப்படியே கால் தான் முடிச்சுனே இருக்கணும். If you want that status, everybody wants that status. Who doesn't want that status? Everybody wants that status. What is the price? Equanimity is the price. Equanimity is the fluctuations of life reveals the same. The fluctuations of life gives the same effect. What is the same effect? You remain unaffected. Fluctuations of the world cannot be avoided. The fluctuations of the external can never be avoided, but you can remain in the state of Vishnutvam. If you want that state of Vishnutvam, first thing that you need to learn is what? Learn to be patient, Sahishnu. But nowadays, the word patience itself is seen as a very wrong word, because you should be, I don't know what, go-getter. I don't know. You must have that. I don't know. Passion you must have, drive you must have. You should be a go-getter. You should, otherwise, everybody will run over. Everybody will run over you. The early bird catches the best worm. And if you go if you go 15 minutes later, nothing will be left for you, or whatever is left will be leftovers. And who wants to live on leftovers? Nobody wants to live on leftovers. Therefore, what must you do? Always, always run, run, run. Here, the method is exactly the opposite. Please understand, it's a very simple formula. All formulas for worldly success is false when it comes to spiritual growth. All formulas that is applicable for spiritual growth will not work in the world. This is the law. You can't take this and put it there. Again, I repeat, all the laws that gives material success will not be applicable to spiritual growth. Whatever is applicable for spiritual growth will not apply for worldly success. Worldly success is about acquisition, hoarding. Here it is about worldly success is about acquisition. Worldly success is about hoarding, isn't it? What doesn't matter. It can be knowledge, it can be people, emotion, or it can be wealth. It doesn't really matter. But acquire, hoard, don't share. Acquire, hoard, don't share. That's why the Puranic story says, whoever is extremely possessive about their wealth, in their next janma, they'll become a serpent guarding their wealth. You know, that's why in most of the movies, wherever they show those big wealthy places, there will be 2-3 snakes guarding it, no? Who are the snakes? You thought gods, no? It's not God. That fellow who have been so possessive, they will just go round and round and round, hoarding it, safeguarding it, but can't do anything with it. They can only keep looking at it. And that looking itself is so mine path in air, isn't it? They'll say mine, and keep looking at it, keep looking at it, keep looking at it. And that looking at it itself is the satisfaction. Sahishnu. Don't be that. Don't be impatient. Don't be impatient. Don't be impatient means don't try to accelerate the result. And the human effort in the material world is always about acceleration, 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 and getting results faster, quicker, isn't it? That's why we want everything to happen fast, you know. We want everything to happen fast. We want everything to happen immediately, instantly. And only when it happens immediately, instantly, it is understood as efficient. And if you say be patient, it is considered as very, very slow. And it is true. Definitely it's true. Because those who are tamasic in nature, not doing anything, will misunderstand it as they are being very patient. They're just tamasic. They just don't do anything. Now, to a tamasic person, what you have to say? Carefully remember the sequence. To a tamasic person, the methodology is to get out of inaction, be motivated, run, run, run. To a tamasic person. To a person who is already into rajas, what should you say? Be equanimous, be equanimous, be equanimous. Again, I repeat. When it is addressed to the tamasic person, it will be addressed as wake up. Because a fellow is not even willing to wake up. To a person who is in Rajoguna, the advice is be equanimity, be equanimous. Samatvam yoga uchyate yoga karmasu kaushalam. This is told to a rajasic person. To a tamasic person, just get up first. What is tamoguna? What is tamoguna? Tamoguna is a parasite, living on, not wanting to do anything, but living on others. So that is tamoguna. What is rajoguna? The agitated way of doing, the agitated, frustrated way of doing things is rajoguna. So instead of stopping the doing, we say equanimously do. Again, I repeat. To a tamoguna person, it is told do. To a rajoguna person, when he starts doing, obviously what will come? Agitations and worry and anxieties will come. Now, when agitations, worries, and anxiety comes, what is the solution? Not avoiding the action. Because that person starts thinking, before doing anything, I was calm, peaceful. Now that I have started doing, lot of agitations and frustrations have come. Therefore, what is the cause for agitation and frustration? Logical conclusion. Doing. Yeah. Doing is the problem. Therefore, what is the solution now? Relax. Yeah. Stop doing. So, tamoguna doesn't do anything at all. Rajoguna gets agitated and it wants to stop doing. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu dishtatya akarma krita. Bhagavad Gita, I said it very clearly. You cannot be without action. Akarma krita. You cannot do that. Therefore, you have to be in action. Then you have only one choice. What is the choice? Be in action and practice equanimity. And the best ground to practice equanimity is what? That's why, sir, I will drop everything, go to some place, gain equanimity, and then come back. Huh? Yeah. So the best way now, sir, correct. What is the best way now? I'll go to some place. Sit there for 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, I don't know, whatever be the period of time, I will sit there, gather lot of equanimity and come back so that I can practice this equanimity. No. While doing action alone, equanimity has to be practiced. Ramatirtha gives a beautiful example of a saint. I don't know what kind of a saint he is, but he is the saint. 20 years he lived in the Himalayas. He went there, he lived the 20 years in the Himalayas, he lived practicing. I don't know whatever he was practicing, he practiced. And then suddenly one day he decided that he attained moksha, enlightenment, and he came back and he decided to come back. So he decided to come back and went into the New Delhi railway station. To catch the train, he came into New Delhi railway station. Somebody stamped on his feet. That's all. Nothing happened. Somebody stamped on his feet. That's all. The Vishnutvam went away, Rudratvam came back. Yeah, Vishnutvam went away. He became one Rudra, like the Kala Bhairava he became. 20 years also will not produce, because the way to gain, what is the ideal ground to get equanimity? In action only. Therefore, you can never ever move away from action. Say that I will stop everything for a while, gather equanimity, and then go back. It never happens that way. Just as you can read all the books on love, affection, master love and affection, and then you will start loving. Does it ever work like that? Sir, before meeting person, I just want to learn about love first. So I will learn what is love first. I will learn what is love. I will learn what is everything. I will learn so thoroughly, so completely. And then I will. Does it ever happen like that? It can never happen like that. For it has to be learned where? The love can be understood only while you are in a relationship. You can never learn love and come into a relationship. Is it possible like that? It just doesn't work like that. But then the human mind always thinks about what? If I do, it should come immediately. If it is not coming, I will not do. This state of mind will never give you Vishnutvam. Vishnutvam is nothing but Samachittatvam. So what he calls as Vishnutvam is nothing but Samachittatvam. And what is that Samachittatvam? We have seen that in Bhagavad Gita very clearly. In you, in me, everywhere, there is only Vishnu. That also we saw. What is that? Differences you will see when you see people as body. When you see people as physical bodies, all are different. The moment you don't see them as physical bodies, but you see them as, but you get to the level of emotion, a larger circle of identification will come. Supposing you see only bodies, what will be the state of your mind? Utterly selfish. Utterly selfish. Why? Because there is always a competition between your body and the body of another. Therefore, what will happen? The differences will be maximum. Now you come to the level of the mind, the emotions. The circle of identification is more. Because the circle of identification is more, at least you will be equanimous within that group. Yeah. இப்பெல்லாம் ஒரு ஆள் தனியா இருந்தா தான் ஒரு 2 பேர் இருந்தாலே there is no equanimity nowadays, isn't it? Even when there are 2 people, there is no 2 human beings can't have equanimity nowadays, isn't it? Forget about family, group, and country, and also all big talk. That's all, isn't it? You come to the level of Brahman, which is what we saw last week. This analysis we did last week. You come to the level of Brahman, there is in you, in me, and everywhere, there is only one all-pervading Brahman, reality, which is what very poetically Hanuman is supposed to have said that, and it is quoted in the book Vedanta Treatise. Deha bhavena dasosmi, jiva bhavena tadamshakaha, atma bhavena tvamevaham. Atma bhavena tvamevaham, tvameva aham. Tvam, aham, all are one. If you see from the level of Brahman, therefore, if you see at the level of the body, there are differences. Now you work backwards. Wherever you see differences, at what level are you stuck at? You are stuck at the level of the body. Yeah. The grossest way of living is to be stuck at the level of the body. And if you are stuck at the level of the body, what will attract you? Body. If you are stuck at the level of the body, what will attract you? Your perception is few microns, that's all. You know that what is the depth of the skin? If you are stuck at the level of the body, your perception is only few microns, because the depth of the skin is only few microns. You remove that, I don't want that, sir. Very good. Your level is only that few. Your level is only that. That person will be maximum agitated. that person will be agitated maximum all the time. And that person coming and asking how to be equanimous, leave the body. No, no. I will be stuck to the body, but tell me how to be equanimous. No, that possibility doesn't exist at all. Yeah. And then you mature. What is the maturity? It's okay. It's not body that much. It's not really that. It's not really the body. It is something deeper. It is something deeper than that. What is something deeper than that? The emotion, the love, the affection, the sacrifice. That is more deeper than that. And that is also not the ultimate. And what is the ultimate? Cha anyatra tvayi mayi ekaha Vishnu. In you, in me, in all other places, there is only one principle called Vishnu. And the example that we gave when we concluded last week is what? Biscuits. Remember that example? There are biscuits, no? Giraffe biscuit, lion biscuit, deer biscuit. The mother sees everything as the biscuit. The child sees differences and they will fight. What is a fight? Oh, you love my sister so much more than me. Why? Because you gave giraffe biscuit to my sister and you gave me buffalo biscuit. I don't know. Whatever biscuit is given to. Oh, see, discrimination. In this only I know who you love more. Who laughs at it? Mother will laugh. Inside her, she'll understand. She'll laugh. What? One day children will outgrow. And if they are not outgrowing, you can't keep laughing. You have to start whacking. Yeah, first you laugh for a few months, hoping that they will grow up. Now, at 40, 50 also, they are refusing to grow up and still stuck at the biscuit level only, isn't it? Why? Oh, this giraffe biscuit is given to that person and this biscuit is given to me. Why discriminate? Why this? Why that? No, then what can you can't laugh at that time. What you need to do? What you need to do? Keep back. And when he starts whacking, you'll get impatient you'll get impatient. With whom? The one who is whacking. Therefore, he says, don't be impatient. Your anger is vyartham. Why? Because when Gautam Buddha gets angry at you, you will be grateful for that anger. When anybody else get angry at you, you get angry in return. What is the difference? When a wise person gets angry at you, you will be grateful to that anger. Why? When a wise person gets angry at you, you must be grateful. That itself requires a lot of wisdom. Huh? When a wise person gets angry at you, you will be grateful to that anger. Why? Because in that anger is your salvation. Rest of them getting anger is nothing but desires getting interrupted. All others getting angry is vyartham, it's useless anger. Why? Because desire is getting interrupted and they just get angry. And when anybody's desire get interrupted and they get angry, they look like one cartoon character, isn't it? That's why when somebody is really, really angry, everybody around will start laughing. More they laugh, more this person gets angry. Why? Because they're supposed to be taken, their anger is supposed to be taken seriously, and you're supposed to get scared, no? Isn't it? I get angry. What is supposed to happen to you? You're supposed to get scared. No, you don't get scared. Now I'll start breaking things. Why? Because I'm getting angry and you are not getting scared. Then what will I do? I'll start breaking. At least in order to safeguard the things, what will you do? Yeah. In order to safeguard the things, what you do? No, it's okay, don't worry. It will never happen again. You are not interested in that anger. You are interested in safeguarding the object. Yeah. On the, yeah, supposing if this laptop is flying, suddenly I get angry. Laptop is flying, mobile phone is flying, everything is flying. Yeah, everybody will run away. Yeah, everybody will, they will not, they will run away. Somebody will say, no, no, sir, it's okay, calm down, it's okay, it's okay. Why? Not that they are interested in my anger or wanting to calm the object. That's the value of your, that's the value of your anger. That anger, does it have any, that anger, does it have any meaning? Doesn't have any meaning at all. Vyartham kupyasi maya. Therefore, be patient. Be patient means don't be greedy for transformation. Be patient here means don't be greedy for transformation. The greed for transformation makes people do weird things. Again, I repeat. The greed for transformation make people do weird things instantly because they want transformation, isn't it? It is like the fallacy in thinking is that it's like practicing meditation for concentration. It's like going to PhD class so that you can master 10th standard. கொளத்தூர் ஏதோ புரியுதா சொன்னது? ஒன்னும் புரியல. Correct. Yeah, nothing is understood. Yeah. It is like, will you master the kindergarten class and then go to PhD, or you will sit in PhD class so that you can come back and master kindergarten class? A person who has concentration can meditate. How can you practice meditation for concentration? You can't put the cart before the horse. But then impatience will make a person do all this. I will follow. When a person is impatient, that impatience will make a person do all these weird things because of the greed. What is the greed? They want it to happen immediately, instantly. Vishnutvam equals Samachittatvam. I'm repeating. Samachittatvam equals verse number 48 and verse number 50, chapter 2. Samatvam yoga uchyate yoga karmasu kaushalam. So whenever you want to get the definition of yoga equals kaushalam karma plus samachittatvam. You have to put it like that. Yoga means yoga na used to join, unite, alla sollakudadu. Yeah, what should you say? Yoga means kaushalam karma. Kaushalam karma means whatsoever you do, it is done so, it's done so skillfully, so beautifully, because you are able to apply yourself so completely in whatsoever you are doing. It will be so beautifully done, so dexterously, so skillful, so artistically, so aesthetically it will be done. That is karmasu, that is kaushalam karma. As you are doing all this, what is the state of your mind? Samachitta. So yoga karmasu kaushalam samatvam yoga uchyate. This practice is very important to get to the state of Vishnutvam. You have something?
Yeah, two questions now. I just want to check my understanding first. So for
She wants to check her understanding first. Correct. Whatsoever you understood is correct. Yeah. Vijay Rangan. Whatsoever you have understood is correct? No. Yes.
First, so you said that for Rajas, practice equanimity in action because equanimity can be found in action only. Is that correct?
Yes. Equanimity can be found only in action. Correct.
And you also said that for Rajas, love can be learned only in relationship because love can be found only in relationship. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
So for what about Sattva? How to understand relationship and equanimity in Sattva?
Sattva is eliminating the agitation part of Rajoguna, that is Sattva. There's no third guna as sattva. Whenever rajoguna and whatever the rajoguna aspect and tamoguna aspect is eliminated, that is sattva guna. That's why you don't do anything for sattva. You eliminate the rajoguna, tamoguna aspects. The tamoguna aspect is not doing anything at all. Rajoguna aspect is doing with agitation because you want results instantaneously. So what is sattva guna? Doing it and let the result come at the appropriate time. Again, I repeat. Tamoguna is not doing anything at all. Rajoguna is action and result must come immediately. Or in fact, result first on the upper action on the good, it's okay, isn't it? First let the result come and then I'll do the effort. That's the ideal thing. But then slightly I'm not that greedy, sir. I will, as I'm doing the effort, result must keep. As I'm doing the effort, indications for result must keep coming. That is Rajoguna. What is Sattva Guna? Sattva Guna is performance of action and allowing the result to reveal, allowing the result to come at the appropriate time. Why? Because the law of karma says very clearly, result will come at the appropriate time. Neha vikramanashosti pratyavayo na vidyate salpamapyasya dharmasya trayade mahato bhayat. It means the result, there is no such thing called wasted effort. You keep making the effort and the result will come at the appropriate time. That's the divine blessings. Effort I'll do. There has to be a greater intelligence, there has to be a greater power that should give me the result when it is beneficial to me. Because I do not know what is beneficial to me. I think if I get it immediately, it is beneficial. Yeah, I don't know. I can't wait. I'm not getting it, sir. Therefore, I'm not getting it. Therefore, I get into Vishada. Vishadam is Arjuna. Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Vishada. Everybody is Arjuna only. Everybody is Arjuna because everybody is in that state of Vishada. Are you able to follow? Therefore, what is Sattva Guna? There's no such thing as Sattva Guna. Understanding Rajoguna and Tamoguna and eliminating it is Sattva Guna. Again, understand Tamoguna, Rajoguna and eliminate them. That's why we talk about Tamo Rajoguna so much because it has to be eliminated. What is Sattva Guna? Sattva Guna is very simple. Be calm and don't be bothered about the result. That's all Sattva Guna is. Does it help? It helps when you are giving this as a discourse to somebody. But it will not help when you have to apply it to yourself. It will apply when you give a discourse. It is very easy to tell the others, be calm. So what? So what if it doesn't happen? Why are you getting agitated? It's okay. Life is like that. All this advice is good when you are telling this. Now, can you tell this to yourself? If you can tell this to yourself, you have sattva. If you can tell this to yourself, you have sattva. Is it okay? Verse number 25, Badinga. Shatrau mitre putre bandhav ma kuru yatnam vigraha sandhav sarvasminnapi pashyatmanam sarvatrotsraja beda jnanam. Verse number 25. Shatrau mitre putre bandhav ma kuru yatnam vigraha sandhav sarvasminnapi pashyatmanam sarvatrotsraja beda jnanam. What does it mean? Do not get involved in antagonizing or allying with enemy, friend, relative, son. See the self in everything, everywhere. Cast away ignorance, causing diversity. Again, Do not get involved in antagonizing or allying with enemy, friend, relative, son. See the self in everything, everywhere. Cast away ignorance, causing diversity. What is he saying? We go on developing associations, which is bondage. We go on developing associations, which is bondage. And all relationships will have only two states. Either you fight or either you want to go and hug or you want to stab. All relationships, there are only two things. What? Either you want to hug or you want to or you want to get rid of. Either you want to stabbing means not actual physical stabbing. What it actually means is either you want to hold on or you want to get rid of. Two kinds of relationships. Some are favorable to you. When they are favorable to you, they are your friend. When they are not favorable to you, they are your enemy. So constantly the human being is busy what? Creating relationship and then patching it up. Yeah, first you create and then you patch up and then you have to reconcile the differences. Endless process. This goes on and on and on. Why a person does it? Weakness. When you are weak, this is what you will. When you are weak, this is what you will do. So the divisions, what are the two divisions? Broad divisions. One is Shatru, another is Mitra. Yeah. One is Shatru. Yeah. They go and pray, no? Shatru Samhara, Puja and all they do, isn't it? You as a person will exist. Some will see you as a friend and some will see you as an enemy. Yeah. That's why when you always go to a congregation, when you always go to a meeting, when you always go to a family thing, they'll say, oh, our very friendly, isn't it? Same person, some other will say, oh, that fellow has come, don't go near him. You are the same. So you are friendly to one, somebody will see you as friend and somebody will see you as enemy because of what? Based on what? Whether you are favorable or unfavorable. Relative, sir, what to do? Relative means you think you can do adharma for the sake of relation. My relative, no, sir, it's okay, no. Arjuna wasn't about fighting. Arjuna wanted to, he's saying, when it concerns my people, adharma is, being adharmic is all right. The moment they become my people, relative. My son, look at the gradations. Look at the gradations. The moment when the minus gets closer and closer and closer, adharma becomes there. You will not hesitate to be adharmic. That's why this bondage, we say this bondage is so dangerous because the bondage justifies adharma. In your head, you will think it is perfectly legitimate to be adharmic. My people know, sir, it's okay. My people know what to do, sir. Anyway, they are mine, no? You follow? Shatrau mitre putre bandhav ma kuru yatnam vigraha sandhav. So your whole lifetime effort goes in what? Your whole lifetime effort goes in creating it out of your weakness, and then getting frustrated and patching it up. First, you go and create. Why? Because you need. Because of your need, you go. Obviously, how you will be treated? You go out of your need. When you go out of your need, how you will be treated? Like a beggar only you will be treated. Because that's what you need. When you need, you have to go and fall at the feet. And because of your need, you go and fall at the feet. How will you be treated? How will you be treated? They should treat us with equality, sir. They should respect me. They should treat me with equal. If you want all that, you need to have a different. Are you able to follow? Therefore, he says, rise above this unnecessary relationships. Rise above this unnecessary relationships. Son is the closest, enemy is the farthest. Son, not daughter. Yeah. And level, sir, son, then a daughter, na exemption, no? Aparna, you and me don't have that choice. Yeah. Yeah, you also. Yeah. Madam, you also. Yeah, son, dana sollirukkranga. No daughter, no. No. Whether it is son or daughter doesn't make any difference. Sudhir, daughters only, no. Yeah, same problem. We are all having the same problem. The son being the closest, the enemy being the farthest. The grades of personal relationship, the moment we call it as relationship, it turns personal. Personal means what? Personal in artham. Personal means an exclusivity. Personal relationship means you will want an exclusivity. Exclusivity irundha you can call it as a relationship. We are in a relationship, sir. In artham. People say we are in a relationship. அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? Phone அடிச்சா உடனே எடுக்கணும். Yeah, you make you call the other person should reply answer immediately. Then relationship. You go on calling, and the person is seeing, and ignoring. What is that? What is that? So, relationship means what? What does relationship means now? Pampering. Relationship means what? Slavery. Ram Subramaniam. Answer kudutittu kelvi kekkuren. I'm not asking the question first. Answer is given and then the question is asked. Yeah. We will not know how to connect. Exclusivity. First thing in a relationship is availability. 24/7 that person should be available. Avladha. Relationship na enna artham? Availability. Availability na priority in artham. Availability means what? Priority. So the first condition for relationship is what? Now, what is the first condition for relationship? Priority. Whatever the circumstances is, who should be important? Who should be important? I am. Then only it is other gradations. Yeah. Therefore, what happens? Now, who's your enemy? Yesterday, he told you that you are my priority. Today, that fellow said, sorry, you are not my priority. I don't know what. Friend will turn into an enemy. Yeah? Correct? No? That's how they turn. Why? Because yesterday, what happened yesterday? Both promised each other. What is the promise they made to each other? You will not look anywhere. I will not look anywhere. Yeah, why are you laughing? Yeah, that's all. That's so cute, so joint, so. What is that? Hmm? So teen, so teenage stuff it is. It's okay when they do it. It's okay. Yeah. So joint, so adolescent it is. So dumb it is. Yeah. Dumb it is. The moment they take vow that you will not look anywhere, I will not look anywhere. Now you have to constantly spy on each other. Correct? Now spying will start. That's why, have you ever observed the lovers spy on each other so much? Why they spy on each other so much? Attention should not go elsewhere. But then you know that attention is, and you know what? By default, you know attention is going. And when attention goes, what happens to you? Yeah. Stomach is churning, BP is, yeah, BP is racing. Yeah. Stomach burning, isn't it? Yes, they say, yeah, inga, you can smell here. Stomach is burning. All these relationships, what is he saying now? Do not get involved in antagonizing or lying. Vigraha na பிரிக்கிறது, சந்தின சேர்க்கிறது இல்லையா? You follow that? Vigraha sandhau. Don't antagonize or develop an alliance. Why? Because these relationships are always going to cause what? These relationships are always going to cause hatred. Always remember this. The condition for hatred is otherness. The condition for hatred is otherness. Only when you see the other as distinct and different from you, hatred comes. This is the law of hatred. The doctor comes and tells you that your leg has to be amputated. You are in pain. It has to be amputated. Will you smilingly go? No, you will still say, how much ever pain it causes, how much ever it is, you will not have enmity towards it. Are you able to follow? Pain is caused, but will you have hatred? That recognition of oneness takes the hatred away. That recognition of oneness take the hatred away. If that oneness is not, if the unifying factor is not recognized, hatred will be there. Now, what we understand as oneness now is nothing but the other has to agree to my raga dveshas. The other has to agree to my conditionings. If the other is agreed, when the other agrees to my conditionings, raga dvesha, I will say we are all one. Will you hate any part of your body, or will you give any greater love to any part of your body? No, sir. This part of the body I like so much. This hand, if it gets cut also, I don't care. Will you say that? Because you are in each and every cell in your body. Because you are in each and every cell in your body, irrespective of the pain and suffering it causes, you will never develop hatred. Shastra gives this example, beautiful example it gives. Sometimes it happens to everybody. Quite a few times it would have happened. What? Your own teeth will bite your tongue. Punishment to the teeth. Will you do? Your own teeth bite your tongue. Correct? Tongue is more important and the teeth bit it. Therefore, but punishment. What? Break the teeth. பல்லு கடிச்சிட்டு பல்ல புடிங்க போடுவோம் they say. Your own teeth bites your tongue. What will you do? What will you do? Forgive the teeth and comfort and console the tongue. Correct? How you will deal with the teeth? Forgive the teeth. How you will deal with the tongue? Comfort and console. Supposing if the tongue were to say, the only way to comfort me is break the teeth. Supposing the tongue tells you, the only way to comfort me is what? Don't give me comfort and consoling. Go and break the teeth. Now, what will you do? You ever do that? Why? Because that universal harmony, that universal harmony comes. Strive not means do not waste your energies. Strive not means do not waste your energies. That's why the study of dharma is very important, because only the study of dharma explains the mutual relationship. The universal harmony comes through the study of dharma. That's why the study of dharma, so we can't just go and say, have universal love, have universal love, have universal love, universal harmony, increase the cycle of identification, and all doesn't work beyond a point, because it is dharma that teaches you that there is a mutual affinity. There is a rhythm already. Therefore, there's no need to develop anything. All that you need to do is to recognize that there is this harmony already. That's why the study of dharma is a primary study for the study of Vedanta. Inga kuda we put cart before the horse. We want to sit in the PhD class first and then go to kindergarten. Kindergarten the PhD ponona. PhD we want to go to kindergarten. Why? Because it is dharma that teaches you from the beginning that there is a harmony, there is the rhythm, there is something that is universal already existing. All that you need to do is what? Recognize that. So once you recognize that, what goes out? Hatred goes out. We have studied that already. Isavasya. What did it say? Tato na vijugupsate. Tatra ko shokaha ka mohaha. Where is shoka, sorrow? Where is moha, delusion? For the one who doesn't have vijugupsa. You don't have to believe in oneness. There is oneness already. You need to recognize it. Remember that. Because you are convinced about differences, you want to believe in oneness. Vedanta comes and says that differences is your imagination, delusion, delusive state, deluded state. The reality is oneness. The reality is oneness. This lesson, dharma has taught you already. Therefore, with this study and understanding, when you come out, what happens? You come out as love. If not, now what he is saying is the opposite of it. Where there is no love, if love isn't there, you are a restricted person. You are a constricted person. You are like so small a person, so little, so small, so mean, so little. When you are so small, so little, so little, so little, flute gaila gutta, what will come out? When you give the flute to Krishna, what comes out? Beautiful melody comes out. When the flute is given to you, what will come out of it? ஓன்னு ஒப்பாரி தான் வரும் இல்லையா? அதுக்கு ஒப்பாரிக்கு எப்படி இங்கிலீஷ்ல சொல்லுவீங்க? ராம் சுப்பிரமணியம். Yeah, flute Krishnata Gutta, beautiful melody will come. If the flute is given to you, what will come? No, I don't know what does that mean. Spelling correct அது? ஸ்பெல்லிங் கரெக்டா நீங்க போட்டது ராம் சுப்பிரமணியம்? ஸ்பெல்லிங் கரெக்டா? சரி, அது எப்படி ப்ரொனவுன்ஸ் பண்ணுவீங்க? How do you pronounce that now? Yeah, flute குத்தா அவர் கொஞ்சம் அன்மியூட் பண்ணுங்க. ராம் சுப்பிரமணியமா கேள்விலாம் இல்ல, ஜஸ்ட் அவர் டைப் பண்ணதை let him pronounce it first.
Sir, I think in school we were taught, sir, Christian school we were taught.
Yes.
It is the opposite of carol. Carol is a happy song. Carols and dirgents.
ஒப்பாரி. ஓகே, போறோம் இல்லையா? லெக்சர் கொடுக்குறாரு, உடனே அதை மட்டும் அதை டைப் பண்ணதை ப்ரொனவுன்ஸ் பண்ணுங்கன்னு, அவ்வளவுதான். கேரல்ஸ், டர்ஜன், ஸ்கூலு, எஜுகேஷன், எங்கேயோ he went. இல்லையா? Flute is given to you, what should come out? Life is given to you, the flute. Yeah, beautiful it is. Instead of melody, what is coming out? Instead of melody, what is coming out? Melody. You know, we have one tree called Tungumunji Maram, isn't it? There is one tree also, a huge tree, such a massive, huge tree it is. Yeah. The title for the tree that we have given is Tungumunji. எப்படி இருக்கும்? You see that person, no, nothing. If you see that person, you feel like saying, okay, we'll meet after 2-3 weeks. You don't want to associate. Why do you want to associate? Why? Why? Because we go on developing this. Shatrau, Mitre, Putre, Bandhav, Makuru, Yatnam, Vigraha, Sandhav. So, Vigraha and Sandhav. So, first you will develop association and then get frustrated and break. We are considering relationships, sir, so that when we break up, so even before relationship is cemented, plans are made for breaking up. Relationship in varla, adukulla plans are made for in case breakup happens. You are already broken. In that broken state only you are going into a relationship. In that broken state you get into a relationship. What will be the quality of the relationship? Broken only. For it has got nothing to do with the other person. It is to do with your state. Therefore, he says, Makuru Yatram Vigraha Sandhav. Don't develop this relationship and get upset. If the world feels unhappy, miserable, neglected, wretched, remember, it is you. This is the law. Again, this we cannot accept. You can hear it a million times and you will get angry. Clear? Vyartham kupyasi maya sahishnuhu. You keep hearing this, you will get angry at the teacher. But then the truth is what? Whenever you feel unhappy, miserable, neglected, wretched, whose fault it is? It's your fault and not the fault of the world. Atmaiva Atmana Bandhuhu Atmaiva Ripuratmanaha. Bhagavad Gita. You are your friend and you are your enemy. Chapter 6, verse number 5. Atmaiva Atmana Bandhuhu Atmaiva Ripuhu Atmanaha. You are your friend and you are your enemy. Happenings around cannot agitate you. Happenings around agitates you only when you see them in a different mirror. What is the mirror with which you see? Whatsoever is happening around, you see everything with your likes and dislikes. You put yourself everywhere first. Since you put yourself everywhere first, so much of crowd in the temple, no, sir. You go to the temple for what? To see the deity. Similarly, everybody is coming to the temple for what? To see the deity. Obviously, how it will be? Crowded only. I will go to the temple. I will go to see the deity. And what should deity do now? What should God do? Ensure that nobody else should come. Huh? Are you able to follow? Everywhere there is even, yeah, that's why I always give this as an example. Even the intoxicated fellows, oneness spiritual people don't have. Have you ever seen all the drunkards will be very friendly with each other? All the gamblers will be very friendly with each other. Do you know that? But have you ever seen any spiritual people together? Yeah, satsang, maximum dussang happens here only. But satsang happens there very well. I used to wonder, how can there be, how can drunkards have so much of affinity towards them? They will, you know that, no? Am I correct? I know, I have observed it so well. They are so friendly with each other. They accommodate each other so well. Everything happens, but here nothing happens. Want to tear open the other and keep. Even lion and tiger won't tear open the way that we wants to tear open the other. Why? Why? Because we have developed a relationship. And what does relationship means? What is the meaning of relationship? One word: priority. Relationship means you should be the priority. Number two, you will decide what the other should do. Other relationship is the condition. What is the first condition? Priority. You should be the priority. Second, you will decide. You will dictate. Inna dress ponnu, inna dress podakudadu. They have some dress they are wearing. No, I don't like this color. You don't wear, but you love me, no? Yes, that's a mistake I made. Therefore, you should not wear the color that I. What is this relationship called? This will be Vigraha, and so first there will be an alliance and then there will be a separation. Yeah. Separation is the kalathil ipo breakup, isn't it? First they will get together. As they are getting together only, they make plans for breakup. They are so clear that the marriage is not going to survive. That's why better to have a prenup. Huh? What is it called? Am I saying it rightly? Huh? Prenup, no? It's called? Because they are so clear that the relationship is not going to. Relationship can go, but my wealth should not go. Wow. What relationship can go. Let the other suffer, let the other cry, who cares? Let the other commit suicide also, who cares? But my wealth should not. Yeah. It's a very wise way of. Jugupsa and Vijugupsa. So Vijugupsa comes from the root word Jugupsa. What does Jugupsa means? An incapacity in you an incapacity in you. What? Not to be in harmony with the situation or an individual. That's called jugupsa. You cannot be in harmony with the situation or an individual and the consequent hatred that comes in you. Because you cannot be in harmony with the situation or an individual, what happens? There is a hatred. That hatred is called jugupsa. Example for tato na vijugupsate. Yeah. The child has played in the dirt and come. The mother doesn't feel vijugupsa. Correct? The mother doesn't feel vijugupsa. Yeah. I will feel difficult to touch my own dirt. Mother doesn't feel dirty at all. She doesn't feel dirty at all. She cleans it with love and affection. Because tato na vijugupsati. Are you able to understand the difference? Where the child plays in the dirt and mud and comes home, the mother will never feel hated. The mother will not say, dirty child, I don't like you. Yeah, the mother will not say that. When the mother is changing the nappies, where the mother changes, it's dirt. But she never feels jugupsa over that. She never feels jugupsa. But then we feel jugupsa over everything. And what are the grades of jugupsa? Son, relative, friend, enemy. All these relationships makes a person get into this vijugupsa. Tato na vijugupsate. Isavasya said it. You will develop jugupsa if you have unnecessary relationship with people. If you develop unnecessary relationship, you will have jugupsa only. Why? Because the basis of relationship is what? The basis of relationship is not service and sacrifice. The basis of relationship is priority and be my slave. Basis of relationship is priority and be my slave. Kupta varno. I am bored na. When I call, that person should come. When I say I am bored, give me a break na, what that person should do? Stand outside the door waiting for the next call. Yeah, then we are in a relationship, sir. Yeah. Bore anchina poida kudadu. Yeah, okay. I will say bored. So what the other person should do? Keep me as a priority and always keep waiting. Son, relative, friend, all these is unnecessary. All these are unnecessary because you create unnecessary bondage through this. You create bondage through this. What is the solution? Tatra ko shokaha ka mohaha tato na chugupsate. Clear? With this, we conclude. Ram Subramaniam. Yes.
Sir, Hari Om, sir. So, see, for Tamas, sir, you said, so we need to do to move from Tamas to Rajas. And
Yes.
then for Rajas, saying with equanimity to move from Rajas to Sattva.
Yes.
So at Sattva level, so do I only continue to do with equanimity in order to grow up further and to transcend? Do I only continue to do with equanimity, or do I also need to do something else?
To become Sattvic, you need to eliminate what are all is taking away the equanimity. So by eliminating that which takes away your equanimity, you will become equanimous.
Yes, sir. So I'd say a person, one is at sattva, okay, to transcend that, say to go
Yes.
to moksha or to transcend and go higher than sattva, beyond sattva,
Yes.
does one have to continue to do with equanimity,
Yes.
or is there something else to be done to transcend sattva?
To transcend sattva, Ram Subramaniam. To transcend sattva, you are not even interested in being happy and peaceful. The way to transcend sattva is losing interest in peace and happiness. When you lose your interest in wanting to be peace and happy, you transcend sattva guna. You follow? Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat, he says. That sattva is a state of nirmala. Now, if you have to transcend that also, what you need to do? Lose interest in the so-called peace and happiness also. So for moksha to happen, you need to understand that you are that already. For moksha is not going to happen. Ram Subramaniam, you are free in this moment. Moksha is not going to make you more free than you are now. Remember that. Brahman is revealing itself now so clearly. It's not that upon realization, it's going to become more clearer. We just don't see it, we see it. That's all. It's black and white there. Again, I repeat, Brahman, the truth, the reality is so revealing itself, so completely, it is revealing itself. Now, this moment, we don't see it, we see it. You understand the difference? So, moksha is a state where you understand bondage never existed. Again, moksha is a state where you have understood bondage never existed, which is impossible to accept now, because right now we are seeing a bondage, there is a pain, there is a suffering, and we want freedom from suffering. You follow the difference? Therefore, bondage, liberation means a state where there is no bondage at all. Bondage is a myth. Mandukya says, if you are in bondage, you are in Bhranti. If you say, I want to moksha, Mahabhranti. Bhranti nale delusion complete. Mahabhranti means completely deluded. Why? Because you think that it's going to reveal itself something greater, better. It is revealing itself so thoroughly now, it can't be any better than what it is now. That is the state of liberation, which is impossible to conceptualize and understand. Because the only way to know it is to become it. Brahmavit, Brahmaiva Bhavati. The way to know Brahman is by becoming Brahman. The way to know an apple is not to become an apple. The way to know a book, you don't become the book. But the way to know Brahman is by becoming it. You follow, Ram Subramanian?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Amit. Yes.
Hariom,
Yeah, yes. Tell me.
when he's saying Vishnu and Vishwottam,
Yes.
is he talking about Brahman or is he talking about Vishnu as the deity or is he talking about him in Vishwarupam, Ekarupam, Anekarupam or Brahman?
No, here he's talking about Vishnu as Brahman. Not the Trinity Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Vishnutvam is the status of Brahman. So Vishnu is spoken as Brahman here. Not in the trinity of Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. So Vishnutvam must be understood as Brahmatvam. Because the deity is a form. And form is only a symbol. Therefore, the symbol can never become what it represents. Isn't it? The marriage ring doesn't become the marriage. It is representative. So Vishnu as in the deity Vishnu is only symbol. But in this verse, when he's talking about Vishnutvam, he's talking about Brahmatvam, which is ultimate reality, is the supreme reality, Brahman. Is it okay, Amit? Yeah. With this, we conclude for today. We'll continue next week.